Hey there, Wasters. It's your good friend, Dennis Jones, and this is KSOCal, the Waste's last, best, and only radio station. So, a few of you may be wondering exactly why there was a giant pile of dead mutants outside of Victoryville for so long. And let me tell you, I was curious too, especially after I saw exactly how they got there. See, I was looking at this huge herd of mutants about to hit town during mutant mating season, and let me tell you, we wouldn't have been able to survive that. Our mutant defenses are just, not nearly what they should be, and I keep telling people we should try to do something about that. But hey, look, I get it too. We got a lot of other stuff going on, and, sometimes things just fall through the cracks. But I get a feeling it's not going to be as much of an issue this year, especially after what happened. Anyway, so there's this huge herd of mutants bearing down on us, and everyone's like, oh no, what are we going to do? And all of a sudden, this apparently missile comes streaking over the horizon, looks like it's going to hit town, and then all of a sudden does a U-turn in midair and impacts the mutant swarm instead. I tell you, like a second more, and it would have hit the mealworm farms, and who knows what would have happened then. So, not so long after that, the Spearmint Gang rolls into town, which seems to be a little bit of a theme with these guys. Me, being the intrepid reporter that you've come to expect, decided to go and talk to them and interview a few of them. See if maybe they knew anything about this. And, well, I'll let you judge for yourself whether or not you think anything came of it. So here's the first segment with a few people who I managed to talk to.
Hey there, KSOCal listeners. It's your favorite and only radio DJ, Dennis Jones here. And I got a few people I was talking to. See, I was coming in through town a little bit after looking for some more electronics salvage, and I saw a whole fucking pile of dead mutants on the way in. So, with that story, I got three notorious, thanks to our not-so-great friend, the Apostle, members of the Spearmint Gang here to talk about it. So, you first, young lady.
Hi, I'm Wanda, and I'm the one that he wants you to throw bricks at if you see me.
Clear and concise. And you?
I'm Jules, and he called out Wanda and El Cabron and Manakar, and all of them are members of my pack, so rude.
My name is Max. And I am the original voice of Manakar.
What?
And I have feelings about everything that
Max,
you said.
why didn't you tell me?
Well, we got a little bit of a bombshell here.
Bird into bear. Okay, we'll deal with this later.
No, we're dealing with this right now. Okay. Yeah.
I'm Hank, and I'm the chef.
He keeps us all alive.
Let's be clear. He is Hank, and he is the best chef.
No, Nectar is also the chef.
Nectar is also the best chef.
Two best chefs. We have them both.
Maybe that's why you called the Spearmint Gang, named after food.
Yeah.
So let's just cut right to the real important stuff. What the hell do you think of that motherfucker going off on you on the radio?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. He did make me sink to the floor and sob. But I have a lot of people here who love me, and honestly, I know that they'll keep me safe, and they'll give me the strength to keep going in the face of bricks being thrown at me.
If anybody throws a brick at you, you can basically just smash your radio too. I'll just put that right out there. And yes, that means no Manakar. And on top of that, Jules, what do you think?
About what? Manakar?
Or, okay, we can talk about more pleasant subjects.
Okay,
What do you think of the Apostle calling out your friend there?
Yeah, if someone throws a brick at Wanda, I will snatch it out of the air and eat it right back.
Jules is really good with bombs. You don't want to piss her off.
Yeah.
Okay. This motherfucker has had a lot of things to say about a lot of different people. He called out a friend of mine specifically by name. Two friends.
Yeah.
By name. He's also said a lot of general things about Havassians, Vartiker, and Wolfen.
Yeah.
I cannot speak to Wanda's experience. I can't speak to La Capron's experience. I can't speak to what it is to be a Vartiker, and I can't speak to Havassians. But I can say that this man does not understand the complex duality that people like us face, that Wolfen specifically face, and the hatred that we experience on a regular basis.
If I may cut in, he's dumb as shit.
That's an excellent point there, Jules. It also doesn't seem like he cares to understand. That might be the part of the problem, too. Hank, what are your thoughts?
I don't really like to fight, but I'll definitely fight anybody who throws bricks at the people who I like. And I'd fight the Apostle if I saw him, and I don't want to do that. But he talks about a lot of stuff that other people agree with in some places in the Wastes, and
Scary.
I don't know. I think it's just important for all the people who don't agree with him to talk about that too, because sometimes it's the people who agree and who are the only ones that we hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up in an all-Wolfen settlement. And a specific bandit group came in and demanded tribute. Well, they didn't demand tribute, they demanded everything we had. And they demanded that specifically because we were Wolfen. We offered them tribute and told them that it would work out better for everyone in the long run if they did not take everything we had, because then we would be able to continually produce more. So,
No, more the merrier.
more the merrier. They shot the leaders of this community, and they killed everyone there. And they did this specifically because we were Wolfen, and they felt that our job was to serve them. And I know so many Wolfen that have similar experiences. And people talk about the Dogs of War. This motherfucker has talked about the Dogs of War. The Dogs of War are, for the most part, all members, all of them have probably experienced that kind of violence and that kind of bigotry in their lives. And I don't condone what they do. I think the Dogs of War are a very problematic group of people. And if they tried to hurt my people, I would come for them. However, I understand their frustration.
Seems like the difference between condoning and understanding at this point.
I think the Apostle doesn't understand a goddamn thing.
Well, that seems to be like what it's getting down to. I mean, I come out here and I talk to people in order to try to understand and to help my listeners understand too. But as I've said, this bastard can get his own damn frequency. And we have a new guest joining us here.
Opal, hi.
Opal is lovely and we love her.
Opal is also a Wolfen.
Yes, I'm a Wolfen.
Looks like a peacekeeper too.
I am from Peacemaker territory. Everyone fucks that up.
I make that mistake all the
I-
time. Like,
Uh-huh.
And put on top of that, they don't get a lot of radio signals up there too, so they're probably not familiar.
Yeah. We didn't get radio signals down in Tijuana's either.
You gotta be
yeah.
down at the station, basically, at the base to really get any signal.
Working on it.
I want to say something. This kind of bigotry that we experience and that all of us experience is kind of insidious. There is a reason that I'm no longer the voice of Manakar. You will notice when you listen to this wonderfully inclusive radio show that I still love a great deal. You will notice that every goon that Manakar encounters is from the Dogs of War. And every villain he encounters is a human. Or a human that's been changed somehow.
Wait, are you part of Los Fanacars?
Of course I am.
You heard it here. We have the original voice of Manakar in Los Fanacars.
I do not want to discourage people from
Just to let you
listening
know-
to Manakar.
Just let
I
you
don't
know,
think he
Jules,
could discourage people
emphasize
from
that
listening to
with that.
Manakar, but also pointing out something's flaws is a way of helping it improve.
I agree.
I'm on the radio.
You're on the radio.
Yeah, well, shit.
So, Max was talking about how he couldn't speak to my experience. And I've spent the last 15 years, because I was taken in when I was a baby. And then, kind of as a pet, not as a family member. And then when I wasn't cute and I needed too much food, they kicked me out. And so that was about 15 years ago, and I have been wandering on my own trying to survive and never staying anywhere longer than a couple of days because I didn't want to bring people trouble by harboring a mutant. And I don't think people understand how profoundly lonely it can be to be a mutant. And I've found my pack and my people for the first time in my life, and I will fight to keep that.
And on top of that, what do you make of the rumors of the mutant community? Mutant. Sorry.
The mutants community.
I don't want to go there.
No, mutants are fucking terrible.
No, we have a big
they
pile
can't
of
be
dead.
delicious.
Yeah, we have a big pile of dead mutants right outside. What do you think of the mutant community that's supposedly somewhere in Los Angeles?
I would love to see if that place exists. It's been a dream of mine since I heard the rumors.
The problem is you have to go through Los Angeles.
Yeah, I would do a lot to get there and see if there is a place where mutants have been able to make their own community. I don't know if I would stay, but I would like to be able to help it if it exists.
Well, listeners, you have it here. If you've heard any rumors of this mutant community out in Los Angeles, tell you what, see if you can send some messenger letters to us, and we'll see if maybe we can put something together. Because anything I can do at this point to piss off the Apostle, I will gladly do it.
He's such a douche.
That's not entirely true. I want to help you out.
Thank you.
It's maybe like 40% piss him off.
No, that's a perfectly
fair.
respectable amount.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a thing, and it's really mean. That was the thing.
Oh.
I touched my friend's leg with a very cold bottle.
Anything else anyone would like to add here out on the radio? Like maybe promote this? Oh, yeah, by the way, this is not the official Manakar fan club, so I'll just...
It says so on my banner.
Yeah.
It is
Oh,
now.
so Jules is actually the founder and creator of the official Manakar fan club.
The Los Fanicars.
And
I love the
and
name.
as the
It's a
as
perfect
as
name.
the original voice of Manakar, I would like to officially endorse this as our official fan club.
Yeah, you have to say the before Los so gringos know what you're saying.
The Los. Like, I'm sorry, but that actually hurts me to say. I can't finish it with what the thing is. I'm just like, the Los. No, I can't.
The
keep
Fanicars
going.
fan club.
That hurts me.
I think all of us speak enough of that to tell that that's completely wrong, but you know what? I'm just going to roll with it. Oh,
Los
Oh,
Fanicar.
so this is a little random, but if you're part of Hank's family, could you come check on him? Because he misses you guys a lot and he hasn't seen you very much.
no.
Thank you.
Well, that's a good place to leave off. Thank you, Wasters. This is part of our interview section here at K-SoCal. Hope you're doing all right out there.
So, unfortunately, not a lot of answers there, I gotta say. But we did learn a few interesting things for sure. Like we had the original voice of Manakar there, who knows? A lot of thoughts about the Apostle in addition to my own. It's always good to hear that, a few other people agree with me that guy's an annoying piece of shit. But that doesn't answer the main question. And, well, honestly, throughout the rest of the interview series, I didn't really find out what was going on, other than the fact that apparently it was a scheme by Rocketfella to try to see if he could get us over the barrel as far as our food supply went. Hey, well, didn't really seem to work out too well for that guy from what I can tell, and I still have yet to hear any word about him beyond this. So, which brings me to asking around a little bit more. I did find out something very interesting about his whole operation from this interview.
Hey, K-SoCal listeners. So I'm here with a few more of the Spearmint Gang, and we're going to talk about why there's a giant pile of dead mutants right outside of the city. And they're going to start to stink really excited, of course. So we're going to talk about these mutants before they start to stink up the city. So first I have...
Yeah, this is Joe. I was on the last time we interviewed.
Yeah, we all remember it. So, we figured you seem to be the most, insightful about it. And we also have...
Hi, I'm Cricket from Brine Valley.
Hi, Helen Bell's Zefect Defect.
Oh, man, well, someone's calling themselves out.
Newton of the Green Lanterns.
Well, wait a minute. The Green Lanterns.
I can confirm that, Dennis.
That is correct.
Okay, see, every time I go in for one of these interviews, I find out more things. So, where should I start? Should I start with the mutants or should I start with the Green Lanterns?
Start with the mutants.
All right, so first up, got a little bit of a weather problem here. So tell me about those mutants. What the hell happened?
Yeah, so I think as many people know, it was mutant mating season. And,
Unfortunately.
And I think some folk had them heading in the direction of Victoryville. And, well, we had an opportunity that was presented to us due to the way that we dealt with some of the problems with that rogue ZFEC member, Rocket Fella, that gave us an opportunity to both undo his nefarious scheme and, put the mutants down.
Oh, you bloodied Rocket Fella's nose?
Well, technically.
Well, so I know that he is acting outside of the bounds of his organization, and I think we helped to rectify that.
Whew. So, Rocket Fella's Association probably brings me to exactly why we have somebody claiming to be a Green Lantern here. What do you have to say about that?
Why are you saying claiming to be?
Well,
you doubt the existence of our organization?
I mean, to be perfectly honest, Rocket Fella, likened you to, Bigfoot.
And people should never believe Rocket Fella about anything ever, so...
That's a good point. Yeah. But then again...
No. His hair is great. That's true.
I don't know about that.
Right, it's the truest thing about Rocket Fella.
Yeah, that's the only thing he's not lying
So
about.
you're going about Rocket Fella said the Green Lanterns were not real.
He doesn't seem to think you're real. I mean, and you're a group that's operated in secret for a long time, so just having someone come out on the radio like that, it's honestly surprising. But
slavery's going to end. We're going to make sure it happens.
I think that's a sentiment just about all of us can get behind. But does that also confirm that Rockefeller was trading slaves out of wherever he was?
I actually can personally confirm this.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll have to see what Fiona Biggs has to say. Fiona Blanca has to say about this. Any word on her?
I think she's an important businesswoman, and I'm sure she can speak for herself. And I'm sure that she and her organization absolutely detest everything that Rocket Fella has done, and they're gonna set it right.
I personally find Fiona herself directly to be fairly reasonable.
Directly?
Yes.
So you've actually managed to speak to Fiona Blanca?
Tonight, actually.
You know how many times I've tried to get her on the radio?
Yeah, it's quite difficult. She has a lot of red tape.
That makes a lot of sense.
I think I'm going to vomit from this conversation.
Her car looked like it had 3 inches of bulletproof glass on it.
She had a car?
Yeah, on a
We can
private driver.
confirm an actual car.
A car with air conditioning.
Primo car.
And while they talked, they left the engine running.
I've got a pre-war sniper rifle, and I don't think it could have pierced through that glass.
To give you an idea of just exactly what level of wealth we're dealing with here, folks, an actual car, and they left the engine running with the lights on?
With the lights on while they spoke for over an hour.
I'd like to hear what a wheel jockey has to say about that.
Wasteful.
Extremely. But we got barter to burn, it seems. Anything else anyone would like to add?
Yeah, I just would like to remind your listeners about some of Rockefeller's particularly choice threats involving his left shoe and the foobar, and just indicate that maybe people might want to visit the foobar in the next day or so.
Maybe look for anything new nailed on the walls.
Are we going to find a left shoe, a very stylish left shoe nailed on the wall somewhere?
You'll have to visit the lovely foobar to find that out.
Yeah, I can neither confirm nor deny.
Well, you heard it here first, listeners. You're going to be there anyway, so you might as well look on the walls and see if there's someone's left shoe. And this is Dennis Jones signing out from a very excited Spearmint Gang.
Hope you found that as interesting as I did. For the longest time, we thought that the Green Lanterns were some sort of, mythical thing that didn't really actually exist. But it turns out they're out there And if you're trying to take slaves, they will find you. Yep, they're every bit the badasses we've been led to believe. So, did we learn anything about the mutant mating season? No. Did we really need to? No. Do we have a good time? Fuck yeah. So, I will leave you with one last little message here. Nice little lady named Wanda had something to say, too. So I'll close with this.
This is Wanda again. I'm sorry to bother you, but I just remembered that I would promised my friend Addie that I would give her a shout out because Jules is my pack leader, but Addie is the alpha. And I just wanted everyone to know it.
I get a feeling I'm going to incite some sort of major incident here, listeners, but I guess you'll hear that on the radio too.